Welcome to Happy Hour with Tommy and Rachel. Today we are going to be doing something a little different than what we were doing. We're going to be doing some wine and cheese and snack pairings.
All right. Pairings, a different note. Kind of sometimes gets a little bit of a bad reputation, but it's the same thing as having an entree and a sauce. All you're doing is complementing things. You can definitely get a little snobbish with it for sure. It's been known to happen. And you can also just stick very basic. You know, if you're doing a red meat, you want a darker wine. If you're doing fish or chicken, you want a white wine. There's very simple ways, and you can make it as complicated as you want to. We're going to stay pretty simple today and just tell you a little bit about why certain things work well with each other. Having said that, it's kind of like cocktails. Everybody is different. There is no right way and wrong way. It's the way you like it. These are just the most common ways and why they work that way. Having said that, if you like tequila and Oreos, that's what you like, stick with it. Rachel. That was not targeted, by the way.
Okay, sure. So yeah, as Tommy said, everyone's taste buds are different. Everyone likes different textures and stuff like that, which is why it's kind of fun to do a board like this. Can we get a situation?
A little warning there next time?
Sorry,
just so they
can see what's going on, what we're going to be working with today. These are really fun and easy to set up. You can use pretty much anything that's in your fridge. Cheese, fruits. You can do like pickled things. Yeah, M&Ms. That's always a favorite. I had to throw those in there for a little burst of color. So yeah, let's get started. So here we have a Chardonnay, and we paired that with the Brie. The two flavors go well together because they're both pretty mellow.
Both a little creamy.
Yes.
You want to be careful with Chardonnays. Don't go too oaky because especially with a lighter pairing, they can be really overpowering.
Yes.
So you want to go with a lighter Chardonnay, and that can go for entrees as well. You know, it's very easy for a fish dish to get overpowered by a really oaky Chardonnay or something like that.
Yeah, so you think mellow flavors, you want them to go together. The kind of butteriness of Chardonnays goes really well with the creaminess of the Brie. So Tommy, did you want to do our first little
Bring it on.
sample? Okay. And by the way, we have washed our hands. We've also, just been doing this a lot, so we're in technically quarantine safe or whatever.
I took a Q-tip to the brain. I'm good. Wasn't fun. Wasn't fun.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Looking at you, Derek.
Also, pairing any of these with like baguette or crackers.
It's actually a really popular form of Brie presentation.
Yeah.
It's like a puff pastry.
So these are water crackers with cracked pepper, Brie, and Chardonnay. If you want to...
They look really dry for water crackers.
Boom.
Sorry, I haven't been served in about a month and a half. I'm kind of forgetting how this goes.
Yeah,
I apologize for not having my napkin ready.
We don't know how to act around.
Well, we didn't know how to act before the lockdown.
True.
Just going to be even worse now. Water crackers, interesting.
Well, don't forget your... Okay. He knows how to do it. Sometimes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Water crackers are a little dry,
I know, sorry.
ironically. Not sure how that works.
Oh, jeez. Also, all of
Next
this
time,
stuff...
get the wet water.
Yeah, wet water, got it. Also, all this stuff, I stopped by Choice Mart on my way down here. Each item is less than $7. I made sure to kind of get the cheaper ones just to kind of...
You got me the cheap
sure.
water crackers?
I'm sorry, Tommy. I know you deserve way better than that.
I want the $9 water crackers next
Yeah,
time.
the $9 water crackers, whatever you wish. There's always like that kind of cheese fridge at the store that has all this fun stuff in it. And they have all sorts of different price ranges, but you don't have to get fancy. And also, this is a great substitute for like any meal. All right, moving on. Next, we have the Sauvignon Blanc. We paired that with the goat cheese. This goat cheese right here. Goat cheese can kind of go with a lot of things. It's kind of like the tofu of cheese, and it also comes in a lot of different flavors. This is just plain goat cheese. It pairs really well with the Sauv Blanc. The citrusiness of the Sauv Blanc kind of brings out the nuttiness that's in the goat cheese. So
When you mention the citrusness of it, that also brings up another concept of pairing. Sometimes mirroring works very well, like pairing a high citrus, like a Sauv Blanc, with something like pineapple or this or that. Obviously, you probably don't want to do lemon slices and just go to town on those. But citric fruits work very well with Sauv Blancs. Also, you can go the exact opposite route and do opposite pairing, which is more like a goat cheese nuttiness with the citrus, and they complement each other very well. Those can backfire very, very well at times. You don't want to have a brownie with pesto on top. At the same exactly. Have you ever had one?
Not yet.
Well, you don't know that.
That's true.
It might be amazing.
Maybe, who knows?
So yeah, that again with pairing, those are, it's like pocket squares. You gentlemen know what I'm talking about. Sometimes going exact opposite can really backfire on you. Sometimes mirroring can really backfire. But when you know, you know. So just play around until you know.
Yep. Well, why don't you get in the know for us, Tommy?
I don't trust these water crackers. I'm going with an apple.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, we have apples as well and pears. Apples and goat cheese. If you've never had that before, go to the store right now and buy both because they're so good.
If you haven't had apples and goat cheese, you're not living your best lockdown life.
It's even really good if it's warm as well as cold. Both of them, they just go together very well.
Much better than the dry cracker.
Yeah, okay, good. Swirl it around. How was that?
Excellent.
Perfect.
That's definitely a little more my style. I'm not a huge Chardonnay guy. I love citruses. I love the goat cheese. That is an amazing pairing in my book. Once again, everybody's different. Everybody has different taste buds. Everybody has different dominances in their flavor profiles. I'm not an IPA guy. I'm not a big bitter fan when it comes to food or beverages. I love sour. I'll get in the mood for sweet here and there, but...
So this is your jam. Sauv Blanc.
Oh, it's my cheese.
And cheese. Oh. Wow.
Why do we not have a drum roll guy here?
I know.
I need a drum roll guy. Can I at least get like a button or something?
I know. We need it next time. Okay. All right. And now we're moving on to the Cabernet. So, like I said before, bold flavors go together. So we're going to pair it with the aged cheddar cheese. The fattiness of the aged cheddar cheese really cuts through the mouth-tingling tannins in the Cabernet. And Tommy can tell you more about the tannins because it's a little advanced for me in the wine.
Okay, I've got Google.
There we go.
Tannins. So basically, like Rachel said, tannins pair very well with high fatty foods. That's why you're always going to see like dark, bold reds of Bordeaux, something like that with steaks. They just complement each other incredibly well. That brings up another topic with alcohol and food pairing that you have to be kind of careful with is high alcohol, low alcohol. Back to the lighter wines like the Chardonnays, things like that. You want to be a little careful with lighter, lower proof alcohols and things like that with lighter foods because it can really overpower it. Once you get into deeper things like tannins and this and that tend to be a little bit higher proof. Sorry, never seen anyone spoon M&Ms. Tannins. So, like I said, you got to be very careful with tannins because they do actually really kind of eat into your mouth a little bit. Pairing them with spicy foods. If you eat tannins, a red wine or something with a spicy India dish or whatever the heck you got, it can really kick it up a few notches. Generally speaking, with super spicy foods, you want to go a little bit higher alcohol, but nothing crazy. Like an IPA really kind of complements a lot of the flavors very well, just enough alcohol. It's not just the flavor profile, it's actually the alcohol that can kind of open up your taste profile. And so
I did read about tannins before this whole thing, and tannins are actually it's a naturally occurring substance in the peels of the grapes. And it's supposed to help, if animals are eating them, it helps with moderation because it's really bitter. So you're not supposed to have a lot of them. So it's kind of like nature's way of saying, hey, slow down there, Tommy.
Oh, cheers to that.
It goes really well with chocolate also because of the opposites attract sort of
aged cheddar
situation. Yeah. Really sweet with really bitter. They kind of balance each other out. So. Yeah, cheers.
Yeah. All right.
Wow, M&Ms will never stop being good. Gross. Wait, did you drink out of this?
Oh, a lot.
Okay. So next on the list,
What do we got
have
there?
my favorite, limoncello. It's a very famous Italian drink, very sugary, very lemony. It's usually served after dinner. It's like a dessert drink. And we are pairing it with blackberries. Blackberries are they're either really sweet or kind of bitter, but they have a really like strong flavor as far as berries go. And it pairs really nicely with the really sweetness, lemony, citrus flavors of the limoncello. So why don't you?
Well, the nice thing about the blackberry limoncello pairing is that even if they're sweet, it pairs well with the limoncello. Even if they're not quite ripe and they're a little bit sour/bitter, it pairs very well with the limoncellos. And it's you never quite know until you really get into them, but either way, it's going to work pretty well, generally speaking. Once again, everybody's taste profiles are different. You can always just drink the limoncello or eat the blackberries or whatever the heck. Oh, so
Sorry.
I guess I'm not going to get to try that one. But
I want to do this one.
she did say it was her favorite. And that goes back to the pairing like with like. The citrus, same thing as we were talking about with the wines, with the Sauv Blanc. In this one, it's kind of a guessing game. Sometimes it's a mirroring effect. Sometimes it's an opposite effect.
Yeah. Perfect. That was really yummy.
Which one did you get?
What do you mean?
Blackberries. Were they sweet?
One of them was sweet, one was a little sour and weird, but both of them tasted really good with the limoncello, so.
Fair enough.
All right, next we have a champagne or prosecco, and champagne goes really well with strawberries and chocolate. Yeah, everything pretty much. Champagne is like its own food group, in my opinion.
There's actually part of the reason for that. Carbonation actually unlocks a lot of your taste buds.
Oh,
Which
I
is
did
one
not
reason
know
why Diet Coke out of a can goes so amazingly well with greasy pizza, or just so many random different little. Okay, that would really hit the spot. Just
That's
tequilas and Oreo, Diet Coke, and pizza.
That's my dinner tonight.
She's got
All for
expensive tastes. So yeah, carbonation can really just kind of affect a lot of your different flavor profiles there. And excuse me, sorry, horrible with those. Horrible. You okay there?
I'm fine. I don't know if Julia is.
It's all right. She's got another eye.
Yeah, it's just duck and cover. Yum.
One general rule of thumb when you're getting into a little bit sweeter rule of thumb. We're not even going to get into the history of that saying. One general. Don't ask.
I'm not going to.
General guideline when getting into pairing sweeter beverages, you want to try to make sure your drink is a little bit sweeter than your dessert or your fruit or whatnot. That's one reason strawberries and champagne pair so well is strawberries, while they kind of have a bold flavor, aren't overly sweet like some fruits. So they lend themselves to champagne very, very well. On that note, cheers. From the
Cheers.
bottom. From the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
it's
we
a
go.
quarantine cheers.
That is yummy. Oh,
Gently, gently. Can't take her anywhere. Literally, it's a lockdown. I can't take her anywhere.
oh my
Told you I
god.
need the drum roll guy.
Yeah, we really do. Next time. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a great pairing. I mean, everyone kind of knows about
classic.
strawberries and
It's classic.
champagne and chocolate. It's very, it's a mood, that's for sure.
I believe you referred to me as advanced and an expert when we were talking about tannins.
I did indeed.
On that note, we do have one final pairing for you. This one is it's very complicated in the flavor profiles. It's probably beyond most of you. It's a little snobbish, but give me just a second. We'll line that up there. American vodka, Tito's, right out of Austin, Texas. Little pre-cut watermelon right there. You're gonna want to let this one sit and really mature for a little while.
Ooh, look at that.
But just let that marinate and settle in there for about 45 minutes to an hour. Careful with it. That's about what we got for today.
Yeah, watermelon and vodka,
Yeah.
and a charcuterie board, and
So,
yeah,
a what board?
it's called a charcuterie board.
I just like hearing you say it.
So yeah, thanks for coming to Happy Hour with Tommy and Rachel. Come back next week. Again, we're still open from 8 a.m. till
excuse me.
11 a.m.
Product placement
Oh yeah, there we go. Tito's will get mad at you. There we go. Yeah, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. We have pastries, coffee. So come in and see us. Make sure you wear your masks. We're doing the whole, making sure everyone's all quarantine safe and everything.
Yeah, it's kind of is government regulated.
Yes,
so, yeah.
indeed.
Also, heads up, we are starting our takeout menu very, very shortly here. Going to be doing some family-style menus set for 2 or 4, and yes, we can deliver beer and wine.
There we go. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us today. We'll see you next week.